start this video real quick. We are in the elevator. I'm gonna go pick up my kids. And it is my chaotic Wednesday. So my plan for today is to do a budget and a sit down video today when I get home, but I just kind of wanted to quickly show you guys what it's like in the middle of the hustle and bustle. So we're gonna skedaddle and sprint to soccer practice. Yeah, we are in a rush. Starbucks is the best.
Because we don't have to bring that car. Yeah, we can do that.
Hey guys, so I'm at the park. I just got the kids to soccer like an hour ago. We spent the whole time rushing from place to place. And so I figured since I have a few minutes, I would just sit down and talk to you guys. In the morning, me and the baby, we went to the park and we just kind of chilled there for a while. Wednesdays are a really strange day where we have an early nap time. So she had like a light snack, she had a big lunch, and then she went to sleep. And that was kind of our morning. It was done by like 11:30. And then after that, we went to pick up the boys from their school. And from school, we go ahead and go to soccer. Yeah, so we're downtown, we're doing all of those things. And then I was so sad to find out that my nanny friend, shout out to Katie, she subscribed. She's not here today because one of her kids are sick. So hopefully everything's fine with that. But yeah, we're just in the park and we're chilling. When I get home, I'm gonna do a little bit of a budget. I kind of wanted to show you guys how I budget, but also I'm like, should it be a separate video? And I can tell you guys like how I afford my rent in New York City and how I was able to get my place. Sorry if you see me looking around. I'm like also like making sure that everything is good. Yeah, I moved out when I was 19 into my own place, so it's a pretty big deal in New York City. You see everybody kind of like living with their exes, even though they don't involve themselves anymore, just because rent is so expensive. So, hi. So yeah, we are in the park. We're gonna be here until like 5:20, 5:30 the latest, I think. And then we'll take the kids back. And it's pretty much just me dropping them home at that point because I got off at 6. And then I head home. It's Wednesday and I don't have class today. So I usually take that opportunity to do some homework. And I don't know if I'll remember later, so I'll tell you guys now. I have a whole presentation tomorrow, and I don't have the book. The book was really hard to find. Everywhere was like you couldn't get it delivered until the end of March, and my presentation is tomorrow, and it's like March 3rd tomorrow, so I'm super stressed about that. I've been messaging my group, and they have not responded, and it's like, because only one person has the book, which I'm like, better one person than no one, but we're kind of at a loss. And it's like, I'm an English major, right? So it's like one of those books that no one ever in life reads. One of my group members was like, oh, he got the book from the library. And I was like, oh, awesome. And he's like, yeah, the last time it's been checked out was 1974. And I was like, oh, that makes total sense. So yeah, that's been difficult. But when we get home, my goal is to deal with the budget, get at least half of my homework assignment that's due tomorrow for my 6:30 p.m. class done, and see if I can contact my group members. If not, then I'm just literally gonna have to talk to my teacher and see if there's anything he can do, because just like there's no way that we can do what we need to do. And then also I would like to work out. I woke up too late this morning to work out, and I was kind of like in between, do I have a good workout and like probably go to work sweaty and stink because I can't take a shower, or do I just try to save it for the evening, which is always a gamble because when I get home I'm so tired that I don't even like want to do anything. But we're gonna see. I'm gonna try to do an ab workout and booty / leg workout. I usually use I try Chloe Ting, but Chloe Ting, her workouts are so hard, and not even just like hard as in like oof, I'm working out and it's like super difficult, but it's more so like there's a lot of steps and like sequences, and then I get confused and then I get flustered, and then I just like kind of put it down and I go to my basic crunches and squats. I'm pretty sure her workout's like 10 times more effective than mine, but you know, I'm like trying to get what's like simpler or whatever. But I want to do at least a 30-minute workout, cook dinner, do some homework, and then I also need to work on some social media stuff. I just made an Instagram, so I'll put that down below. I made an Instagram for this channel. I have a personal Instagram, but I don't really want to, you know, mix the two. I wanted to talk today about the racism of it all in my job. Not even just racism, discrimination is probably a better word. I get discriminated against for being a nanny by my own people, specifically black men who feel like it's their job to educate me in my history or on my history, and you're just like, oh, don't you know your history? Don't you know who you are? Like this morning I'm going to the store with the baby and I'm like, let me pick up a lemonade because I love lemonade. And so I go to this corner store every day pretty much. We go, it's fine. And then when we're walking out, this guy decides to tell me, he's like, oh, our country must really be poor now. And he was just kind of hinting at like, oh, you must be so poor that, you know, you have to work for white people or that you have to be a nanny. It's so frustrating that I feel the need to defend my career. I've worked for black parents in the past. It's not my first nanny job, and I do not pick my families based off of race. I pick my families based off how they treat me and if they respect the contract and if me and their kids click. It has nothing to do with race, in my opinion. I've been treated 10 times worse by black families, like black mothers, and it just has nothing to do with that. I've had adults, like grown men, scream at me and my children while we're walking, like, oh, I need to educate you on your history, but also, can I get your number? But like, also, who do you think you are to be taking care of white children? Or, you know, they don't like you, things like that. And I'm just kind of like, racism is a thing. Discrimination is a thing. Police brutality is a thing. That's not my argument. Because I'm posting this on the internet. So let me be very clear. That's not my argument. My argument is simply, who are you to call someone else out on how they choose to make their money? I don't go up to anyone who's standing outside of a corner store all day from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day to sell drugs. I don't discriminate against a man who just sits at a computer all day to make money, you know? Everybody has their way, everybody has their passion, everybody has something that they're good at. And for me, I'm really good at taking care of children, and I'm really good at speaking to the little humans of the world. And honestly speaking, like I said in my last video, teaching just did not make enough money, and I'm in college and I have student loans to pay off, and I live in a really expensive city. I didn't move here, I was born here. And so it's kind of hard to just like find things that pay as much. Like I've thought about doing something aside from nannying, and I've never been able to leave, not just because of the passion, of course the passion, right? Because if you hate it, then you can't do it for long lasting or for a long amount of time. But I haven't found something that would financially keep me stable and provide, you know, for the lifestyle that I'm trying to live. And so I don't know, I guess this is just kind of like a rant on mind your freaking business, you know. Don't judge how someone else chooses to live their life because you don't agree with it or because you feel like you know so much. I don't overstep my bounds and my place in society to tell someone else how to live their life. Please don't tell me how to live my life, especially when I make 20 times more than you do and probably ever will. It's just really really triggering. I've worked really hard to get to where I am in life, and I've worked really hard for every single cent and every dime that I've made and that I continue to make, and I just feel like I should be able to do so without the judgment of others. I have not forgotten where I come from. I live in a black neighborhood. Like, I feel like I shouldn't have to defend myself or my career to these people, you know? It's just really frustrating. And you would think in New York City and Brooklyn, of all places, that there would be more understanding, but there isn't. So I'm gonna leave this, and it's gonna be my last clip at the park, but I just kind of wanted to say my piece and tell everyone to mind their fucking business and to just do you. And I understand, and hopefully there'll be some nannies in the comments, or just anyone in general who has experienced discrimination, especially, or prejudice, especially from your own people. I just feel like it's really stressful, and it's kind of hard to deal with and absorb. I usually just walk away, or I'm like, oh yeah, I know my history, and I walk away all sassily, but it's kind of like also at the same time really hard to be the bigger person sometimes. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Hey guys, so it's 2 hours later. Sorry if the camera's shaky. Let me walk a little bit slower. It's been 2 hours since last time we spoke. I am on my way home. I got off, actually it's like 2.5 hours. I got off a little bit later than I was supposed to. One of my kids left their soccer ball on the playground. We had to go back and get it, and it was the whole thing. Anyways, we're on our way home. I just wanted to close off the video. When I get in, I already told you guys what my night routine is looking like and everything. And we're just gonna get ready for the next day, honestly. Tomorrow is Thursday, my hardest day of the week, because I have class until 9:15. I spoke to my group, and we're kind of just like, excuse my crudeness, we're really fucked, because no one was able to find the copy of the book that we needed. One of my group members found one version of the book, but it's not the same as the version that everyone else has, so the pages are off. And our professor specifically helped us find the pages with the quotes and everything that we needed, but he has a different version, so we're fucked. And the presentation is at 11 in the morning, so I think I'm just going to send an email to my teacher and explain what happened, because I'm pretty sure we can't be the only ones who don't have a copy. And yeah, so I'll keep you guys updated on how that goes. But until my friend or my group member decides that he's going to send the pictures of what he has and see if we can find the correlating chapters and pages and lines and everything, there's not much that we can do. It's on a book that no one's ever read, in my opinion. And yeah, so I'm gonna go home and do my homework and finish out the rest of the night. And hopefully he doesn't penalize us for that. But yeah, thanks for joining. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video.